All right, here we go with a fun little roll with Phil. Two blue belts here. And immediately I noticed that I look like a toddler going up against a full grown man. It's quite ridiculous, the discrepancy in size. I try to go for a quick arm drag. Phil's onto it, spins with it, defends well. And just a little bit of wrestling here. Here we go. I shoot in for a single leg. And I actually get it. It's pretty exciting. I don't really have a lot of takedowns on video yet, but this one here I'm pretty happy with. Pretty decent posture, head into the ribs, and then I do the turn and dump there. I fall right off my feet as well, but managed to stay on top, so that's a win for me. I'm super happy about that. Now I'm in Phil's guard, and Abe decides to come over, take a look to see what that sound was. Phil crashing to the mat. Um, so I'm just right now. I notice I'm very close to the wall, and I just really kind of want to make space and try to get out of the guard so that we can reset. And so here I'm framing on Phil's hips and trying to control the feet, break the lock there, and manage to make space. So we reset back into the center of the mat a little bit, and immediately try to pass the guard here, going around to Phil's right side. He holds onto my leg in half guard, and now what I really want to do is try to flatten him out, but I end up going to cradle because it's kind of my just a habit that I have. But then I remember that flattening him out is the goal, so I put my head onto his essentially his left pec and sort of push down that way to kind of get his shoulders flatter to the mat. And this is a bad habit for me. I end up staying in half guard a lot and working from half guard. And while I find I can get some submissions from this position, it's not really a good growth position for me. I really need to start moving around more and exploring the wild world of jiu-jitsu and its possibilities. But if you could see on the other side here, what I'm doing is cranking Phil's left arm up over his head so I can get control of it. And as soon as I get it up there, I start looking for a Americana. And you can see my left arm is actually around his head, so it's not very easy to finish an Americana with the head in the way like that. But I managed to hand it over his hand for a single arm Kimura there. So I wasn't using both arms, I just did it with one arm. Managed to pull it off. So we reset now. And I've been trying to look for the tripod sweep, so I go to my back here and I try to kind of like do leg entanglements to try to get a sweep, but I'm not really active enough, and people end up crushing me like so. And here Phil wants to get trap my right arm. Maybe he wants to return the favor of the Americana. He tries to go for a meat hook there, and I sort of like turn a little bit more belly down to try to make space to keep that away. And now Phil finally flattens me out here, and I try to get on my side, and I do a really poor job of blocking him from hopping over to the other side. He does a great job there getting to the other side now, so he's really nice work, Phil, stapling and controlling my legs here. And I notice he's done this to me a few times here. He keeps going to the leg drag position, and I've noticed I've been getting caught in that with a bunch of other people as well. So I talked to Coach Jesse, and he said you have to put yourself in a bad position before you can get to a better position, which basically means I have to turn into a side, get into bottom side control, which is what I just did here. So check that out. Now that was pretty fun. I end up getting a sweep there from that side control position. I kind of feel like he's a bit high on my body, and I managed to control one of his arms there, keep from posting, and then I bridge hard, use my knee for a little bit of extra leverage, and spin into it for the sweep. And now I'm on top, slowly going to like a mount position here. And this is pretty much one of my go-to submissions from this position here. Kind of use the claw there, and as soon as he tries to go to his back, it gives me the opportunity to lock in the arm triangle. So here you can see my left arm is controlling his left arm, and then I use my right arm to go into a claw position. You can see it right there, just coming around this other side of his head. And then I clamp my hands together. As soon as he feels that, he realizes he's got to try to get out of that position because the arm triangle's coming, but just a bit too late. And then there's a moment there where I reposition my hands, and that's kind of like the key detail for me, is that I need to readjust and snug up that arm triangle. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So we reset again now, and Phil goes for my feet here, and I have got sensitive ankles, shall we say. I just don't want anybody cranking on my ankles, so I kind of like try to scramble it out of there, but I don't get very far. Phil manages to get on top, take my back, and he puts me through a little bit of hell here. I don't know if you can see, but he's got a body triangle on here, and he is squeezing my guts. And so I try to flip him over to the other side here to get his foot to the mat so I can make space for the body triangle to try to like get out of it. And he switches it to the other side and cranks the shit out of me until I tap. Then he looks at the camera to make sure that that was on video. Yes, Phil, it was on video. And it was horrible. Nice tap. So here we go again. Phil looks like he's going for a step back for cross ashy or something here. And then he changes his mind. He's trying to get a gift wrap. I don't want to give him the gift wrap position. Here I see his arm is out in the open, and I just decide to grab it. And then I have a bit of a flashback of a sub that was done on me, or a sweep. Well, change position anyway, a back take, and it actually kind of works. So here's the original by Mike doing it to me, and you can see it's not identical, but it's kind of similar. It's very similar principles here. I have Mike in a cradle, and he ends up getting that arm up over the head there. So now that arm is basically on the other side of his body. He kind of traps it there by overwrapping my arm there. And then as soon as he gets his knee free, he can turn his hips in, and he has my back. And if we go back to the original, or this one that I do, I managed to get Phil's arm across my center line there. So it's on the left side of my body, essentially, with this arm drag. And as long as I can hold it there, I realize if I can turn my hips in like Mike did, by pushing on the knee and turning my hips in, then I have back exposure. And I just need to squirm my ass out of there. And I do. Here it is, me squirming out. Another, there you go. And I'd say that's back control there. And then that's time. So, sharing is caring. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment.